Hi guys, welcome to the session. Last session, we have discussed about Power Query, like Power BI components and Power BI building blocks. In the first session, we have discussed about Power BI demo. In the demo class, we have discussed about what is the Power BI, use of Power BI, what is the important of Power BI, and what is the main user Power BI under. In this session, we will learn about Power Query and how to import the data from the different types of sources, as well as in the Power Query, what are the transformation we have and what is the use of transformations under. Okay, let's start our class. Once you open the Power BI desktop, this is how it looks like. So now we are loading the data into the Power BI. So I'm taking the Excel as the source. So I'm selecting the Excel workbook. So I'm selecting the file. Once you click on open, it will load the tables which we have in the file. Like how many tables we have in the file. These tables it will load automatically and it will show the tables. I have only one table in the file, so it will show the one table. You need to check the box. Once you check the box, it will preview the data. So we have a three types of options: load, transform data, cancel. If you click on load means it will directly load into the Power BI desktop. If you click on transform data means it will load and displayed in Power Query editor. It will take into the Power Query editor. Here we will do the all types of transformation. Cancel means it will cancel the data. It will not going to load. Okay, I am clicking on transform data. So once click on transform data in the Power Query editor. This is nothing but edit query. So what is the use of Power Query editor means? Power Query editor as a mashup software, as well as it will support as a many connectors. Like we have a different types of connecting sources, database files as well as clouds. So once you click on new source, it will show the different types of sourcing connections. And in the Power Query editor, we have a different types of transformations. Like we can able to do the pivot the columns or unpivot the columns, as well as we can create the parameters based on report requirements. We can split the columns into number of columns, as well as we can merge the queries, append the queries. We can replace the values and done. So these many options we have in Power Query editor. Now we will see step by step. Okay. So first I will take into the I am looking into first option, enter data. Enter data means is nothing but creating a new table. So I am taking as a name. So Vishwar Reddy Okay, this is called, we can create a table manually whichever we find the data. So this is the entire data, and you can go with manage. Under manage, we have a three types of options: delete, duplicate, reference. Delete means it will delete the query or table. Duplicate means copy of the your table. Reference means nothing but copy of the your table, but we have a some difference. I will tell you that difference. Duplicate is nothing but copy of your base table. So the reference is also copy of this base table. But what is the difference between duplicate and reference means? Duplicate is nothing but copy of or xerox of your data. Reference means in the reference table, like in the base table, whatever you did the changes, it will affect into here and it will change accordingly. But in duplicate, it will not happen. So it is linked with base table. Reference has nothing but linked with base table, and it is changed according to your base table. I will rename it reference. This is, I will name it duplicate. Okay, and choose, we have an option as choose columns. Choose columns. Under go to column, we have go to column means here we have only 5 columns, but in real time scenario in your project, this is not the case. You have plenty of columns. So that time, if you want to go to the last column or first column, this is taking very long process. This is taking a time. Instead of that, we can go with go to column and can select whichever column you want. So this is how we can go with the go to column. So now I want to go with employee number. This is so. Okay. Now I am going with remove columns. Remove columns are remove other columns. Remove columns means particular or selected column only it will delete. So this is how like that. And want to remove other columns means other than selected column it will remove. This is how. And one more doubt you can raise, like you can in your mind, I think you will raise a one doubt. Okay, you are doing all these steps, but how can I go back? One step back means whatever we did the steps or whatever we did the changes, it will create a step for what we did the changes under the applied step in the right side. So if you want to go back, you can remove or delete the one step. Okay, this is how we can go back. Now keep the rows. Keep top rows. How many rows you want to keep? Keep bottom rows. How many rows you want in the bottom? Keep range of rows. Means from which row to which row. Like how many rows we need to keep. Keep duplicates and errors. We will see it one by one. Keep top rows. Top 3 rows I want. Remaining rows will be delete. Okay. Now keeps bottom row 5. Remaining rows need to delete. Okay, now I need to remove rows, or we can go with keep range rows, means from which row to which row, from fourth row to how many rows you want to show, from 3 rows, 4 to 3. Okay, not 4 5 6 4 to 3 over than Nagarjuna Vinodani. So this is how. Now I need to go with split the column, or we can remove columns also. Same, remove top rows, means how many rows you need to remove from top. Remove bottom rows, how many rows you need to remove from the bottom row. Remove alternative rows, means row by row, like one row it will keep and one row it will be delete. Next time it will, one row will be keep it, one row will be delete, like that. And remove duplicate means we have any duplicate rows, it will automatically delete it and remove. This is a we do. And split column, under the split column option we have a different types of options, like by delimiter, number of character, by position, lowercase, uppercase to lowercase, digit to non-digit, non-digit to digit. Okay, we'll try with by delimiter. So delimiter means under the delimiter we have a number of options: colon, comma, equal sign, semicolon, space, cap. Like in the column I have a spaces only between the words. There is no colon, there is no comma, equal sign, semicolon and cap. So I'm selecting the space. And here split at leftmost delimiter, or it is split leftmost delimiter means left side of space, or rightmost delimiter means right side of space, or each occurrence of the delimiter. What are the difference of these three means? Leftmost delimiter means sometimes we have a more than 2 or more than 3 spaces. That time after first space it will take one column, before the space it will take the one column. Rightmost delimiter means from right to first space it is taking a one column, from that to will take considered the one column. Each occurrence of the delimiter means each and every space it will be split the column. How many spaces will be there, that many times it will be split the columns. Like I have a 3 space means will divide the 4 columns. This is how works. See, I have only one space, Venkateshwar space. Reddy will become a second column. Gani Reddy, Suresh Reddy, Govardhan, Nagarjuna, Vinay Reddy. Okay. Now I will go with split by number of characters. So I will take as a 3. Oh, like 3 characters. For each and every 3 characters it will split the column. How many characters I have? Like how many 3 characters I have? That time it will create a one new column. Like I have a VN, these 3 for one column, KAT for one column, ESW for one column, like that. It will each and every 3 characters it will create a one column and will split the column. Okay. Now we will go with group by. Like user don't want to show the entire rows. Okay, user simply want to show the sum of the salary against department number. That time we can go with group by option. Like I'm selecting the department number and group by. Okay, Here the base column is department number and new column is operation will be, I'm taking as a sum, column as salary. Okay, see, only we have a 3 rows because of we have a only 3 department numbers. Like unique IDs we have only 3, 1 2 3. Okay, 1001 1002 1003. This is the unique department numbers. So it will create a one table and it will show the sum of the cell against department number. Okay, this is a work. And will come with replace values. So I have a 55,000 in the second row. Need to make it as 60. So it has replaced with 60,000. Okay. And merge queries and append queries. So we'll go with merge query. Merge query means it is nothing but inner join. Okay. For merging the query, we need a common columns of database data type. So here we have a department number. Like user will ask the department names against this employee name or department number. That time we'll go with merge the query. We don't have a department name in the existing table. That time we need to merge with the existing table. So I'm going with merge query. Here we don't have a table for the related to department, so we need to import from the Excel. I'm going with department names. So need to select the sheet and load it. So this is how load the table and data. So I'm going with merge the query, or we have a two option. Merge query as a new. I'm going with merge query as a new. Merge query as a new means it will create a new query. Merge query means it will create a, like it in the existing table itself, it will merge the table. So I want to merge with sheet 1. So what is the basic rule of for merging the two tables means we need a common columns in the two tables, means the data type should be the same. Here whole number, here also numbers. If you select on digits or if you select on string data type means it will not able to combine or merge. So if you observe means when I am clicking the on department number, the OK button will enable. When I am clicking the employee name, so the OK button will disable. Okay, to make sure that we have some basic rules for merging the query. So it has merged and you need to expand. Already I have a department number in the existing table, so I'm going with department name. So this is how we can merge the query. Now I'm going with append the queries. Append the queries and append queries as new. I'm going with new. I have already duplicate table, so first table as merge one, second table as first table as employees, second table as duplicate. We have some basic rules here. What is the rule means for appending the table? It should be the same column names in the both tables and same type of data types. Like in this both table should be the same data type. The two rules we should maintain while creating the append query. Now we will go with group replace. Okay. Here we will complete and we'll see later creating the parameters, and now we will go with transform. Here we can go with reverse rows, means we have a ascending orders 201 to 209. I need to show it as from 209 to, means reverse rows. It will show it as a reverse way, like descending way. Okay. Now I need to count the rows. How many rows I have? I can go with count rows. Like how many rows I have a table. It will count and will show it. Now I will go with detect the data type. It is very important option. Like sometimes in the data source, the numeric values will be coming as text. That time we can use detect data type. It will automatically change from text to whole number. Like I will change now. Here will be whole number to text. I will change. If you click on detect data type, it will automatically convert into whole number. This is how it's work. Rename means we can rename the column name. EMP name. And we have a fill. For replace already we have seen. Fill means I will show you. I will load the data. Fill. For showing this feature, I am loading the another table and I will show you how to fill up and how to fill down the values. So you need to select the table. You can click on OK. So here I have a null, and null. But you need to fill up with 6,000 or 55,000. When you need to fill up with 60,000, that time you can go with fill down. Okay. This value fill up with 60,000. When you want to fill up with down value like 55,000, you need to fill with this, like this null value. Instead of null, I need to fill up with 56,000. Here I need to fill up with 42,000. That time you need to go with fill up. Okay, see, this is how its work. Now I am going with move. So here only I have a 5 columns, but in the real-time scenario in your project we have a plenty of columns. That time from end to begin or from particular column I want to come like in middle somewhere around. So that time we can go with move left, move right, move begin, move to end. Like we have options like this. Hike column I need to move to begin. Like this is some C, and this is I want to move to left, one column left. See, this is so. This I want to move to end, hike. Move to end. Okay, this is how looks like. It will and convert into list. This salary will I want to convert into list. So this is so. And we can go with choose columns and remove columns already. Okay, split column already we have discussed. Format means in the particular column I need a lowercase or I need a uppercase. Entire cell or entire column need to capitalize each word, means each and every word I need to first alphabet has to capital. So this is how I need a trim, like space need to be trimmed. This is how clean need to be, each and everything need to be clean. The add prefix means for the column name we need to add some prefix, like before column name we can add the some name or some what we call a nickname, something we can add the prefix. Like I'm going with the, so before the see before the column, like each and in the particular column each and every row it will add a what we have given the name or value. Okay, this is so prefix. Suffix means suffix to will add the after end of the text. So it will add the end each and every row for the particular column. This is the format, and we have extract length. What is the length of your cell or your column? For the each and every row I want to know what is the length of the characters. So this is how which work. Now I want to remove the first three. See, it will keep the first three character and it will remove the after three characters. And we have a range, same the first two will remaining same like as first two. Okay, last character, range, text before delimiter and text after delimiter, these things you can try it. And we have a statistics like sum, it will show the sum of the value. And we have a average, we have a minimum, maximum, median, these things you can try. Okay, for this session that's it guys. Thank you. Thanks for supporting.